Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to BDF 44's channel. Trying to figure out how to do the lighting. It's a weird time in the morning where the sun is shining, but it ain't bright enough to light up the room. But either way, I'm going to make this work. Forgive the glare. So today I'm here to talk about Bleacher Report's positioning of Kobe Bryant. I'm not going to get into the entire list. In fact, I didn't even look at the entire list. I just looked at the top 15. They got the only person that I was able to look at in terms of the top 15 behind Kobe Bryant was Kevin Durant. So that's as far as I got into the list. It was arguable in some of those cases, but I can tell you this. As arguable as some of those names were, two of them stood out for me where I can definitively say, okay, that dude's not better than Kobe Bryant, fam. Two names. And these are the two names that came to mind for me. David Robinson, love you to death. He's not better than Kobe Bryant. Not on no planet. Never. Didn't have more rings. He's just no more. I don't think he had more All-Star appearances. I'm almost certain he didn't. He's not better than Kobe Bryant. He shouldn't be on nobody's list better than Kobe Bryant. With respects to the Admiral, great champion, fantastic ambassador of the league, first ballot Hall of Famer, easy, earned his way there, accomplished a great deal. Not better than Kobe Bryant. And the other name that comes to mind is Steph Curry, the greatest shooter I've ever seen, greatest shooter of all time in my opinion. But shooting is just one category. One category. And although that's not the only category he's really, really good at, don't get me wrong, but to put him above the Black Mamba? Nah, he's not better than Kobe. He's a better shooter than Kobe, which may translate to being as good a scorer as Kobe. And you could pick apart their strengths and weaknesses. Steph Curry certainly in the conversation. He revolutionized the modern game. So I'm not taking anything away from him either. Not by a long shot. If we're arguing him against somebody else, we have a different way of looking at this. But I'm talking about against the Bean. Kobe Bean Bryant. 20 years as a Laker. Countless accolades and championships. Countless all-star MVPs. Like, the dude has been more than established as a top 10 player of all time, in my opinion. Now, like I said, some of the names that I saw up there, I had to just kind of set aside and say, all right, I get it. Those who would rank Mike ahead of him, of course. I have Mike ranked ahead of Kobe Bryant. I do. Those who rank LeBron ahead of him, I understand. I don't have him ahead of him on my list, but I understand. I've always understood that argument. Those who put Tim Duncan ahead of Kobe Bryant, I never liked that, but I understood it. It's a good argument based on what Timmy's accomplished and how many rings they both have, which are 5. It's very much comparable. I can see that conversation. Those who want to put Larry Bird in there. Larry Bird played a very limited amount of time. I think he only played about 7-8 years. He dominated most of them. He was in the finals just about all of them. And he led a legendary Celtic team to many finals appearances and many championships. So I can understand why people would say, okay, he should be ranked ahead of Kobe. I can see some of those arguments. Bill Russell's a hard one for me because when I look at Bill Russell, I look at who he played against, not just what he did. He dominated, yes, but who did he dominate? Now, I balance that out by saying you're only as good as what you're able to see around you, meaning the game had not gotten to a place where it is today or even where it was 30 years ago. So you're only as good as what you see. He was the best thing yet at the time and deserves all the recognition that he gets for winning 12 NBA championships. So even if you don't think he's better than this guy or that guy, you show me a guy who can dominate the way that he did, and then we will balance that out with whether or not he could actually go toe-to-toe with that guy. I haven't seen anybody even get close to 12 championships, so I will not argue against Bill Russell. I'm not going to do that. There were some other names on there. Who else did they put on there? I saw, I thought I saw Karl Malone. I don't think he's better than Kobe Bryant, but I got to go back and check. I'm not certain about Karl's name. It's almost weird to me because I don't remember seeing Karl's name, but I feel like his name should be in the top 15, but I don't think he should be ahead of Kobe Bryant. It's one of those, but I don't remember where he was. But, it's that kind of thing. I think when you look back on Kobe Bryant's career, a lot of what went wrong had to do with how he handled just being a celebrity early on in his career, And he's come back and since explained why he was the way that he was. The fact that he was so much younger than everybody else, so he couldn't hang out, so he became obsessive with the game and developed habits of an obsessive nature with the game of basketball as he became a vet in the league, and it kind of kept him away from some of the activities that would bring him closer to individuals, thus making him more liked around the league. And I think that affects how people view him as a basketball player. I think the fact of the matter was, during the time when he was killing everybody, they didn't like him either. It was like a bad combination of, I hate this guy and he's killing us. So I understand why the hate is so strong for Kobe. But what you cannot deny is that Kobe Bryant accomplished so much, lasted so long with one organization, which matters, won two separate stints of championships. Both of them, those stints were back-to-back championships, consecutive championships. So he deserves to get more credit than he does. I think he should be in the top 10. For a Laker fan, for someone who's a Laker fan, I'd like to see him even higher than that, but I can argue top 10. I can be certain to say that I couldn't put 10 people ahead of Kobe Bryant, but I'm not certain I could put him ahead of about 5 or 6 of them. I'm just not sure. He's in there somewhere about 6 or 5 for me. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar deserves to be ahead of Kobe for me all time, based on what he was able to do both as a Buck and as a Laker. But I don't have Kareem ranked as a higher Laker than Kobe Bryant. I don't have anybody ranked as a higher Laker than Kobe, not even Magic, because of the length of time he spent in a Laker uniform, being the leading guy, 5 championships, and all the other stuff that come with that. And then not only that, but you couple that with the legendary work ethic, the legendary pain threshold, that kind of thing. Kobe Bryant is ranked as a number 1 Laker, but I have Lakers ranked ahead of him all time based on what they did overall, maybe. And that the Lakers that come to mind are Kareem and the other maybe Wilt. I don't have Magic ahead of Kobe. I got them back to back. I haven't done enough hardcore thinking about that, and I didn't watch Magic in his prime. Just too young, wasn't a Laker fan yet. So it's hard for me to speak informed about something that I just wasn't able to see a whole lot of in terms of, okay, who is a better Laker? But for my generation, of course, we're going to go with the Bean, Bryant, the Black Mamba. So there's a couple names up there that I thought was legitimate, in terms of, okay, they deserve to be there. But at the end of the day, if you can point out 14 guys better than Kobe Bryant, then I'm probably pointing out about 11 of them who are going to be beat by him because of it. If they had a chance to go up against him in their prime, they're going to realize how quickly that ranking would not matter. So the competitive nature of Kobe Bryant is not to be matched, and by too many. Maybe 3 or 4 guys who could see him competitively. Maybe only 1 or 2 of them on that list. So that's the reality of it from my perspective, my opinion, I should say. And that's what I want to say. But yeah, that's what I got to say about the Bleacher Report list, or from what I saw of it. Now, going forward, little stuff going on. Of course, yesterday was media day. Not too much to talk about. Just guys talking about how serious they are about going into the season, their approach, the fact that the Lakers are a defensive-minded team, and all that is really exciting. I saw some things on media day for some other teams as well. Brooklyn, Kyrie's talking about how it's very important that he protect KD from some of the media backlash that'll come from trying to rush him back from injury. Obviously, he went through that with Gordon Hayward last year in Boston, so he knows how that can go. The most important thing for KD and for the Nets is for him to come back healthy, not come back fast. So that was a little bit of something that I saw that I was really interested in. And another thing about the Nets, just at random, is I really like their new court. I really, really do. They put together as something really, really special. And I could see it's one of those things where either you love it or you hate it. I don't think there's going to be too many people who are neutral about this basketball floor. But what they've done is they put together something grayish, and it looks like it's almost like, in my opinion, if you zoom in on an actual basketball net after it's been swished through a million times with a dirty basketball, if you zoom in on it, that's probably somewhat how the floor looks if you were to zoom all the way in on the fibers of the net itself. And the entire thing is gray, which is something we've never seen on NBA basketball floor. I think I saw something like that on NBA Live as a concept floor or something like that. It looked kind of cool. And it looks like the Nets have adapted to that. They've taking the black and white, is it like the old black and white newspaper color, black and white, when you watch television, black and white? That's the theme of the floor, and I just find it to be really, really intriguing, and it accentuates every color that touches it. So any road team or any alternate jersey that they wear is going to accentuate and pop off the screen because of that floor. I do wonder if it's going to cause some of the issues that people used to complain about in terms of certain colors you see can cause epileptic seizures. I hope I'm saying that correctly, and things like that. I wonder if it's safe in that regard, because it does kind of give off that type of look to where it could cause some issues for people who have those problems. So I'm curious about that. But all in all, just for me and my preference, I really, really think that's one of the best floors I've ever seen in the NBA. So just wanted to talk about that, just briefly express to the developers how dope that is from my perspective. Yeah, that's pretty much it. I'm a Laker fan. You know how it is. We are going for number 16. We want that. We need that. This is the best opportunity we've had to get that in over 7 years, 8 years. And everybody's saying the right things. Frank Vogel looks professional. He's saying all the right things as well. And I'm just ready to get started. This has been the longest off season ever. And I want to thank you guys for watching me. And hopefully we will have a healthy season for all of our athletes. That's the most important thing. Above all else, that guys just get out of the season healthy, and that the Lakers win the championship. Anyway, that's what I got to say. Thank you guys for watching. BDF 44. Peace.